it's Reiding Pips, and today we're going to be going over a little something I like to call a lot size. So please do watch, my previous videos, what is a pip, how to calculate pips, because if you don't watch those, then this might not make much sense to you. But just quickly covering it, obviously a pip is a unit in which we measure the value of a currency pair. So you can imagine once you've kind of figured that one out, which you can calculate it, but in my last video I showed you a way to measure it. Simply click on the measurement tool here, and then you can just click and you can actually measure it yourself. So the distance between obviously these two is 10 pips. So right now you're probably like, okay, well that's great, but what kind of relevance or significance is that? Well, what you've probably heard in trading is risk 1 to 3% of what you have in your account balance. And in order to make sure that you're risking 1 to 3% of your account balance, you need to know how much you're risking per pip movement. This is absolutely imperative. So we know that this right here is a 10 pip movement, alright? And here's where lot sizes come in handy. So what you find is depending on what trading platform you use, it's going to show it and display it in a slightly different way. Some trading platforms will show it in units, or some trading platforms will show it in volume. For myself, I personally use volume. It's a way my mentor taught me, so it's a way that I will share the same with you. Now, in your trading platform, when it comes to entering a trade, you'll find there will be a number, and it kind of is representative of what lot size or what volume do you actually want to use. So what you find is that here is the equivalent. A 0.001, this is a pipette, and as we said, we pretty much ignore say this value because you find that most trading platforms don't actually let you enter using a nano lot. It doesn't actually let you enter taking the pipettes into consideration. So the nano lot we ignore. But here's really kind of where it gets interesting. So what you find is that you have a volume of 0.01, which is 10 pence per pip. And this is called a micro lot. A mini lot is 0.1. Now what this is telling you is that you are risking £1 per pip movement. Now a standard lot is displayed as 1.0. This tells you that you are risking £10 or $10, whatever currency you're in, per pip movement. Now what you find is that this is, just kind of a general rule of thumb. If you trade, major pairs, major meaning it's got the United States dollar in, then you'll probably find that the values will be very close to what I'm showing you here. If you trade an exotic pair, say something like CAD CHF or AED NZD, that what you find is that instead of being, say, 10 pence a pip for 0.01, you actually half it. So it's actually like 5 pence a pip. And this is just rules of thumb. You probably won't find this on many other websites. But this is kind of just stuff which, like I said, I've come across, which I'm sharing with you guys. Likewise, a mini lot for, say, an exotic pair, instead of being £1 a pip, you'll find that it will be closer to, say, like 50 pence per pip. And obviously you find gold is actually the opposite. So gold is like double. So instead of obviously being 0.01 being £1 a pip, what you find with stuff like gold, it like 0.01 will actually be 20 pence per pip. So gold is, yeah, you got to take that into consideration. But don't worry, I'm going to show you a nice easy way to calculate this, because as I said, with trading, you don't need to be good at maths. You just need to have the right tools, and that's exactly what we're going to show you. So how is this, or why is this relevant? So I will make a video stringing this all together, but as we said earlier, this is a 10 pip movement. So you need to make sure that you're not risking too much per pip movement to make sure you don't blow your account. Those people who say, oh, I lost lots of money in trading, oh no, you lose loads of money, and all of those, I say this, and I just say this one openly and honestly, This is individuals just making excuses. This is individuals who have lost money and not actually, they probably didn't even know about risk management. They probably didn't even know about this. They blew their account, didn't risk 1 to 3%, and then, they call trading a scam. And I'm just speaking realistically, because when you find that you ask a friend who lost lots of money in trading and you ask them how it happened and they tell you they lost it in a couple trades, well, then it's very clear and easy to see where they go wrong. So, bearing this in mind, if we used a micro lot for this trade, which 10 pips distance, that means we're risking 10 pence per pip. For this movement right here, you would have totally risked £1 if you used the micro lot. Why? Well, 10 pence, 20 pence, 30 pence, 40 pence, 50 pence, 60 pence, 70, 80, 90, £1. You would have risked £1 for this 10 pip movement. If you was risking £1 per pip movement, that means you'd be risking £10 for this entire 10 pip movement. Why? Well, if it moved 1 pip, that's £1. 2 pips, £2. 3 pips, £3. You get the point. 8 pips, £8. 10 pips, £10. Now, if you was risking, say you use a standard lot, so that looks like a 1.0 in your trading platform if you use volume. It might look obviously like 100,000 units if you use units. I personally use volume. Then that's £10 a pip. So what you find is that this very same move is actually going to be £100 that you could have earned from a 10 pip movement. So what you find is that you need to make sure that you have that discipline to use the right lot size, because you can see the substantial difference. This went all the way from being a movement where you could have potentially got £1 for this entire movement to where you could potentially get £100 for this entire movement. And although we might be thinking £10 a pip is a lot, you should see the lot sizes which banks use. Thousands, 10,000 lot sizes. So this for us is a lot, but for banks, this is baby money. This is baby money right here. So guys, that's how to obviously take obviously your lot size into consideration. And in the next few videos I will be stringing this and tying this all together to show you how, when you're taking a trade, to ensure that you're risking that 1 to 3% of your account, so that you don't blow your account and do what 95% of people do. Guys, I hope you have a great trading week, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Let's go get it.